Information is power, information is security, information is knowledge. On Labor Lens, we believe that working people around the world have real questions of their own. They want to know how the world of work operates, what it means to the employer of labor, how policies affect workers in the workplace. On Labor Lens, I ensure we engage effectively the organized labor, organized private sector, and governments to get out of them information workers are in need of. I am Sharon Ijason, asking questions that make sense of the workplace.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
All right, let's bring the conversation home.
Our administration knows that many of you struggle with rising costs and the search for meaningful employment.
The conversation. Months. How have we fared?
We are looking at Nigeria since independence. And I don't want to limit
to 16.
Yes, because we have to look at where we are coming from. And look at where we are today. So the discussion is basically about Nigeria as a nation since independence. How have we fared? I would say we are not where we ought to be, given the size of our population. We have the potential to do much better than we are doing. But we also must admit that in terms of the size of our economy, in the 60s and the 70s, we have grown much bigger. And our population has also grown. So what we need to do now is to focus on expanding our economy by concentrating more on the services subsector of the economy, as well as the manufacturing. That is where we should focus on, because manufacturing will deliver a lot of job opportunities for people. Services will also do that. And in terms of the contribution to the economy, when you look at agriculture and the services sector, they are the kings in terms of the contribution to the size of our GDP. You can see what the MTNs of this world are doing. That sector is contributing tremendously to the GDP of our country. So when you look at what we've achieved overall, we have struggled over the years to come up with economic policies that have not really worked. You look at the structural adjustment program, people will readily blame it for where we are today, because the devaluation of our currency actually was a product of the structural adjustment program. And we've moved from there to where we are today. I would say that we've not failed totally. I will not say that we have failed, but we can do much better. Yes, given the size of our population, given the potential, the boundless potential that our country has, we can do much better.
Are you saying that in the area of devaluing, looking at the Bretton Woods institution, so most of the time we take advice Should we stop taking advice from them and let us look inwards, just like the way China does, and let's create our own kind of economy?
It's difficult for a third world nation. China is not a third world nation. And you must learn from the bigger countries. India decided to learn from the bigger countries. India learned from China. Today they are much better. We cannot stand on our own in the real sense of the word. And no country is an island. You have to, if you keep going to the West to ask for loans and all that, they will be in position to advise you.
You can't say no.
Remember, even when they returned money stolen by Abacha to us, they told us that one of the conditions for them to release the money is for us to get the civil society organizations to monitor how that money will be used. Because they've had stories that the money looted, when released to us, we will reloot it. So we committed the money to building a Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, building the second Niger Bridge, and the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway. And release of the money was monitored.
For transparency.
Yes, by the NGOs, as demanded by the people released. It's our money, but for you to get their cooperation next time, because we still have some of those monies with them, you know. When we need it, when we are very, very broke, somehow Abacha steps in and assists us. So the money, those monies that he stole, we still have some left. For us to get their buy-in in terms of the release, then they set conditions. And it's always like that when you take a loan from people and all that. So.
All right, Mayor, let's, in the last 64 years, let's not limit to 16 years. How have we fared? Are we on the right path where the president said that the mistakes of the past, we must not bring it to the future? So how have we fared?
I think I would say that our economy is suffering from structural defects. Yes, structural defects. And the problem basically has to do with leadership or lack of it. Because when you look at when we were in the regions, the basis of prosperity in those regions was agriculture. But unfortunately for us, we discovered oil in large quantity. We started making a lot of money. Different crises made oil to be very profitable. And we missed our way. We started spending money like docking sailor. Yes, we were able to achieve some infrastructural development, but we squandered so much that when the world economy started having problems, our economy did not have enough shock absorber to be able to absorb it. When you now had that to the leadership and lack of it from 1960 to date, you discover that we have an economy that has challenges. But one thing you have to give to our economy is that from 1960 to date, we have not done badly. We have not done badly. Until recently, when our currency was devalued, we used to have the biggest economy in Africa, bigger than South Africa, that is well developed and well structured. And there was a time in this country when manufacturing was the in thing. Major, yes, in textiles, in pharmaceuticals, even cars assembly. Yes, we used to have Peugeot, we used to have Volkswagen, we used to have Leyland in Ibadan. So there was a time our economy was good, but unfortunately we missed our way.
When did we get it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's lack of leadership. And part of the problem has to do with when the military were there for a long time, they didn't handle things properly. The military left. The set of politicians that came in were not different. You understand? People over time has continued to loot the Nigerian patrimony. And then Abacha is an example. When you continue to collect over last maybe $4-5 billion now from one person, when you take that kind of volume, that is one person taking that kind of amount from from the national purse. And then there are different people in different segments, in different agencies, in different layers of government, from governors to local government and all that. So you now realize that we have plundered the country, that the economy could not withstand the shocks that were coming. Because recently, it's not only in Nigeria that we have these economic challenges. We have to consider
that's true.
the world is facing it. Even China, as successful as they are, their economy has slowed considerably. It's only India that is really doing very well now. So there have been challenges structured, but most of the problems that we had were man-made. We had the opportunity, yes, we had the opportunity to be a big nation. Other nations that we started out together, India, like Singapore, Malaysia, all of them are levels behind. Because, like I said, there was lack of leadership, we were looting the treasury, and then it got to a point, the economy could not just withstand it.
I think largely the oil boom has been a cause to us.
Okay,
the moment, yes, the oil boom of the 70s, the moment we saw oil, our interest in agriculture declined. All of those bridges on Lagos Island, all of those industries here in Lagos, Ogun State, Oyo State, were built with money made from cash crops. Cocoa House itself, the first such building in West Africa. WBC
WNBC
and WNTV, the first in Africa, were built by Awolowo and co. from proceeds from cash crops. The same thing in the north. But the moment we saw that we are making money from oil, the government interest in agriculture declined. All of the policies that they came up with by themselves, they did not even pursue those programs. It was the oil boom that turned us away from agriculture. And when we talk about the fact that Nigeria was among the 9 big countries of the world, Singapore, Malaysia, India, and the rest of them, it was agriculture that put us in that position. Today, when you go to Kano, you know, there used to be this granite pyramid. The place where they used to put those granite pyramids, the iconic picture of those that era. The place now, they now sell cars. Initially, they were using it to wash, they were washing clothes. They renamed it Filling Wanka, that is feed for washing of clothes. All those local dry cleaners, that was where they were converging to wash clothes. You know, where we used to assemble bags of granite. From that point, it turned to where they were selling second-hand cars. So that's the extent to which we neglected agriculture, and it's one of the reasons for the mess that we found ourselves.
All right, we need to go on this quick break. When we return, we're going to be talking about Nigeria's unity in diversity. Don't go anywhere. We'll be... All right, let's go back to the conversation. Nigeria became independent in 1960.
Correct.
But the arguments that are coming together was like a forced marriage of different identity. What are your thoughts here?
I don't agree with that. We have moved beyond that. When people talk that Nigeria's marriage is a Catholic marriage, there's no divorce in our marriage. Since 1914, yes, we were different nations when we were married by Lord Lugard. But we have moved from there, because despite the fact of our challenges, there is strength in numbers. There is strength in numbers. And there is very few countries in the world where you have homogeneity, that they are the same people. Even advanced countries, even UK, even America, understand, is a collection of different people. So we should not look back. Looking back will not solve the problem. Nigeria is already an entity since 1960. So we should move forward and look at how the country could be better. That we were forced together by Lord Lugard. Yeah, it was administrative convenience at that time. It was administrative convenience that made them to merge everybody in different regions. But fine, it has been done, and we have moved from there now for 64 years. So I don't think we should look back that we were forced to come together and all that. That's why I used to tell people, we are in this marriage already.
We're in it together.
Yes,
whatever problem we can solve.
Let us move forward. Yes, let us, because there is, like I said, there is strength in the numbers that we have.
Sure.
It's just that we are not using it well. India has become one of the major economies of the world. Very soon, they will even overtake others. And what they are doing is, even their population is now more than China. There is strength in population if we will use it well. If you harness it properly. So we should do that. But my own argument, my own belief is that for us to solve this economy, for us to reboot this economy, we must go back to agriculture. That's
making agriculture attractive
yes.
is the problem. But anyway, BK, we have over 250 ethnic groups. How will you assess the way President Bola Tinubu has been able to handle